ServiceTitan. It's the software you hear about at every trade show, the platform that every big contractor seems to be on. But what do contractors actually say after they've signed up and gone through the process? Especially smaller businesses, the ones with two, 5, or 8 techs trying to decide if it's worth the investment. That's what this video covers. We looked at the review data, hundreds of verified contractor accounts across Capterra, G2, and Google. We're going to break down pricing, setup, the flat rate price book, marketing attribution, and whether ServiceTitan makes sense for a small or mid-sized contractor right now. Here's what ServiceTitan is. It's the most feature-complete field service platform in the market. It's used primarily by mid to large HVAC, plumbing, and electrical businesses, typically 10 or more technicians. The platform includes a flat rate price book, advanced dispatch, marketing attribution, CSR call tools, financing options, and reporting depth that no other platform can match. The trade-off, though, is cost and complexity, neither of which are small. If you want to see their current pricing for your business, the link is in the description with the code Christopher Shupp. You can see it on the screen there. That is the most direct way to get a quote. Now let's start with pricing because it's the most talked about issue in ServiceTitan reviews. There's no public pricing page. You have to go through a sales process to get a number. Reviewers report entry-level packages for small teams starting around $400 to $600 a month. That's before onboarding fees. Some contractors report onboarding costs in the $5,000 to $10,000 range. Annual contracts are standard. Month-to-month isn't widely available. And there's no free trial, just a demo. The price opacity alone generates significant complaints in the reviews. Most small contractors don't know the full cost until they're deep in the sales process. Now, setup and implementation is another area where ServiceTitan is in its own category. Reviewers consistently report that going from contract signed to fully operational takes 4 to 12 weeks. That's the widest range of any major field service platform. The process includes data migration, building out the price book, training office staff and techs, and getting the reporting dashboards configured. For context, Jobber reviewers say they're up in a day or two. House Call Pro reviewers say 2 to 4 weeks. ServiceTitan is a longer runway. That's not necessarily bad because it's a more complex system, but it's a real operational cost that doesn't show up in the monthly fee. Now, the flat rate price book is one of ServiceTitan's most praised features in contractor reviews. The idea is that you build a complete library of every repair and service you offer, with parts, labor, and margin already calculated. When a tech is at the job site, they pull up the book on a tablet and present the client with flat rate options. The client picks. No estimates, no line item negotiations. One HVAC contractor with 14 techs said their revenue per call increased in the first 90 days after going live with the price book. That kind of result shows up repeatedly in the positive reviews. It's the one feature that justifies the platform for larger operations. Now, the marketing attribution tools are another differentiator. ServiceTitan tracks which marketing channels are actually driving booked jobs. Google Ads, local service ads, direct mail, call tracking, etc., all feeding into a single dashboard showing your cost per booked job by channel. Reviewers who use this say it changed how they allocate their marketing budget, cutting spend on channels that look busy but don't convert, putting more into what actually books calls. The catch is that this feature requires someone who understands marketing data in order to get value from it. And it really only pays off when you're spending significant money on advertising. For smaller business not yet running paid ads, reviewers say it's not relevant yet. Now here's the honest part. What do small contractors with 1 to 10 techs actually say about ServiceTitan? The reviews are consistent. Most small team contractors report paying for a large amount of features they don't use. The complexity requires a dedicated office admin to manage the platform effectively, and the onboarding cost is hard to justify on a smaller revenue base. Multiple reviewers who left ServiceTitan for smaller platforms described the same pattern: too much, too expensive, and too early. For 1 to 10 tech businesses, the review data consistently points toward Jobber or House Call Pro as much better options. The links are in the description for both of those if you'd like to compare. Now here's where ServiceTitan actually shines, and it's worth being clear about this. The reporting is unmatched in the industry. Tech performance scorecards showing revenue per call, close rate, average ticket per tech, etc. Job costing down to parts, labor, and overhead. CSR performance dashboards. Dispatch efficiency metrics. Revenue broken down by service category, technician, or marketing campaign. Reviewers with large operations call it the most complete business intelligence tool in field service. For a company running 15 to 30 jobs a day, that data drives real decisions. But for a 5-tech business, most of that data doesn't yet exist at scale. The platform is built for a level of operational complexity that comes later. Now, the common complaints from the reviews break down into 5 main themes. No public pricing, you can't know the cost without a sales call, high onboarding fees and long implementation time, feature complexity that requires office staff to operate the system, annual contract lock-in, and a learning curve measured in months, not in days or weeks. These complaints are heavily concentrated in reviews from contractors with fewer than 10 techs. Larger operations rate these same areas more favorably. The platform matches what they're operating at that scale. The mismatch is when smaller businesses sign up expecting a simpler experience. So here's the ServiceTitan verdict for 2026. For businesses with 10 or more techs, it scores 4.0 out of 5 in the aggregated review. The flat rate price book, reporting depth, and marketing attribution deliver real value at that scale. For businesses with 1 to 9 techs, the score drops to 2.8 out of 5. The cost and complexity consistently outpace what a small operation actually needs. If you're in the 1 to 10 tech range, the review data points towards Jobber or House Call Pro as better fits. If you're scaling towards 10 techs and beyond, ServiceTitan is worth a serious look. The link to request pricing with the code Christopher Schupp is in the description. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.